Bam. Here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to In the Paint, the realest talking sports discussion. My name is Roddy Jones. I'm your host / moderator, and joining me is the man that created the show, Mr. Mark A. Cunningham. It's Monday night. What's going on, brother?
I'm good. I survived the snow. I was out in that crap, but
same here.
It is what it is. Everybody on the East Coast, particularly the tri-state, I hope y'all are warm. Your families are good. I hope you got your snow blowers. You shoveled your drive. You don't want no accidents, so folks can sue you. And let's get it. How you doing, brother?
Listen, I was out there earlier today as well, but man, let me tell you something. First of all, I have a recurring knee thing with me.
Ooh.
Yeah, my right knee, it kind of barks from time to time. And it happened to be barking yesterday, and I went out and got some food, some supplies real quick, took care of some business, you know what I'm saying? And that was about it, but it's still barking a little bit. Hopefully it's normally like a 1 to 3 day thing. Hopefully I get better by tomorrow, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you limping?
It was difficult navigating the way through this. I'll tell you that right now. It was very difficult. You understand? So I hope everybody's staying safe and warm and all that good stuff. So got a lot to talk about tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna get it going. The first thing on the docket tonight is former Seattle Seahawks offensive tackle. What's this guy's name? Chad Wheeler. Yeah, offensive tackle. Chad Wheeler with his domestic dispute with his woman, and this is like really disgusting. He wound up choking his woman. I think they were together for like 6 months, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
wound up choking her to the point where she passed out twice. And after the second time, when she regained consciousness, Mr. Wheeler, the classy individual that he is, was like, "Oh, I'm shocked you're still alive." Like he was shocked, like he wanted to finish the job. Now, not in defense of this moron. He was diagnosed with being bipolar. You understand?
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, yo, listen, that's still no excuse. It's still no excuse. One thing that bothered me was I had somebody was saying about they kind of blame the woman in a way.
Who said that?
I'm not going to reveal that. However,
is it your Twitter friend?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
your homie, I had to block with his foolishness.
Well,
I don't ever want to see him in the paint because he is a moron.
That would be his lane to say something like that, but no, it wasn't him. But I'm not going to reveal who it was. But they were like, well, well, that's what she gets for messing. Yeah.
Messing with who?
Well, the different race, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those type of people with that type of mentality.
Right.
And yeah, man. So I'm like, no, how could you say something like that? At this point, it really shouldn't matter. It's not even about that. It's about you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm all for Black love and black people being together. I would prefer that, but I'm not sleeping with that person, and to each his own. And generally, those people who are doing that, they don't roll how me and you roll in the way we roll and the people we roll. But listen, that dude, I don't. In looking at the case, if he truly is bipolar, which he supposedly is diagnosed as being bipolar, and he was off his meds.
Right.
The statements that they quoted that he made, like you said, "Oh, you still alive?"
Yeah.
I don't know of a bipolar person who would say that.
Exactly.
You know what? Some other statements he made.
Right.
And listen, he told her to bow down. And that's the reason. That's the reason what sparked the attack.
Well, yeah, now, I totally forgot about that whole bow down thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That right there is just ridiculous. You understand? It's like because you say bow down or whatnot, and do it for Jack in the chat. He says he needs to be locked up. There's no doubt about it. You know that whole bow down. Where are we going with this? You understand? Where are we going with this dialogue? You understand? I think it's BS. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, hold up. Back in slave days, whatnot. You know what is this? 1834? No. How dare you? You know that's what that pissed me off. Combined with the fact that after this whole thing went down, the Seattle Seahawks sure did take their time. Let me see if I could mute Dom for a second. Yeah, what had me is the fact that they were like, well, we got to wait to see what further development. What?
Right.
What?
Right. Like Jay said, he doesn't buy the whole bipolar stuff. I don't either. My sister Evelyn on my Facebook page, she said this she called him a douchebag, wasn't taking his medicine.
Right. Well,
that's like I was saying. Bow down.
Yeah. Again, where are we going with this?
And she said no, and then that's not a manic depressive episode. That's you on some BS.
That's you on some racial nonsense. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And some physical BS.
Exactly.
He needs to like Jay said, he needs to be locked up.
Right.
The NFL continues to go down this slope, and they continue to not have things in place.
Right.
And if he's bipolar, the team should know it, the league should know it, the union should know it.
Yeah.
He should be on his meds.
Yeah. Let's we got a couple people that's gonna be coming into the fold right now. Brother Dom, formerly of Shy, now of Cali. What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
How y'all doing, man?
Oh, there he is, my man. What's going on?
Yeah.
You know. Also, let me bring another gentleman in. My arch enemy, the bishop, is here with us. Good God.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on, dude? How you doing? Thanks for thank you and thank Dom for joining us tonight. We were just talking about this loser, Chad Wheeler, and that domestic abuse case. You know, what are some of your guys' thoughts on this?
The NFL. Well, I'm not going to say the NFL. I'm going to say the players. They need to sit this one out next season, and they need to start being men. Seriously, because this is outrageous.
Okay, when you say sit it out, what exactly are you? What do you mean by that? By sit it out?
Oh, they need to. If the NFL don't want to handle this Chad situation, the players don't need to get on the field.
I agree with you. That's a good point.
Look at how they demonize Michael Vick.
Yeah.
And Ray Rice, remember him?
Right. Yep.
Right. Of course.
Even though, Ray Rice was wrong, but his wife was wrong too because she was spitting on him and whooping on his ass. Y'all remember this, right?
Yep. We talked about it.
And he just so happened to get caught on camera because he got tired of spitting on him, and they demonized him.
Right.
Right.
But he deserved his punishment because you knew better and y'all was in public. And we just don't tolerate that type of madness, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The NFL is quiet about this.
Right.
And you know, I'm gonna say what everybody say about me. I'm a harsh dude. And you gotta stand on principles as a man. And if the NFL players don't want to stand up and say, listen, man, we're not going to tolerate this bullshit. Right. And if y'all don't want to discipline Chad, well, I'm just not going to play. Because I don't beat on women and I don't tolerate that shit.
Right.
Dom,
no, it's all good. It's all good.
Seattle took the sort of got the easy way to take this out because his contract was up and they cut ties with him. The NFL, however, hasn't cut ties with him.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
The same. Look at what happened with Richie Incognito.
He's still playing.
That's what I'm talking about. At some point,
Go figure.
Sweeping things under the rug. Right. Because see, this is what I hate with society. Everybody likes to hide behind money and internet personalities and stuff like this. Right. And this is why this type of tomfoolery continues to go on. Because people are hiding behind things. Right. And on top of that, people don't want to speak up. At this point, we ain't got nothing to lose, man. Either you gonna speak up or you just gonna get dealt with too, man.
You know what, Dom? I hate to say this. I really do. You know, because I'm gonna be the kind of the wet blanket in your statement, your opinion. But they're not gonna, you know, unfortunately, I would love to see that. I would love to see the brothers stand up against something like this. You know what I'm saying? Say, we're not going to step on the field. But the reality, the ugly reality, is they're going to step back on the field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Des Bryant said he wants to punch him in his face. And I'm like, well, Des, go to Washington and go punch him in his face.
Go do it. Exactly. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Call Russell. Yo, what's this dude's address?
Yeah.
And then go punch him.
Handle your business. You understand? That's what I'm saying. But they're not going to do that. They don't have the balls to do that.
I want to address one thing too. I don't like the fact that people was trying to blame her. I don't give a fuck about her reasons. At this point, you know, when somebody beats you and then basically just look at you and be like, oh, you'll be all right. You know, beat you half to death and you wake up and say, you'll be all right. I don't. Stop blaming the victim. I don't care what color the race is. I don't even. I'm not to get into that whole thing, man. It's not acceptable.
It's been going on for years, decades. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Centuries, even. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Yeah, so you know, with when a rape victim, you know, they put them on the stand and they you know rape her over the coals with a questioning. You know what I'm saying? With that type of stuff is ridiculous. You know, she just got
her head almost knocked off, and y'all sitting there trying to say, "Well, she knew." Come on, man.
Exactly. It's stupid.
What is we even talking about at this point? Exactly. And on top of that, there's no evidence of this woman even being aggressive with him for him to even black out on her like that.
Right. It's a lot of BS. We're joined also by my friend, my brother, David Sanford. David, welcome. How you doing, brother?
What's up, brothers? How you doing?
Hey, David.
All right.
Let me give the bishop the floor for a minute. Bishop, do you have any thoughts on that?
Sure. So, a couple of things. One, I'm no private investigator or anything like that, but I gotta think that this type of behavior was going on prior to this particular incident. It's just this incident was just an escalation of the behavior, and I think that more than likely the team was aware of it, and they were able to push it under the rug or push it on the back burner, because you don't get to the point where you are brutally beating on a woman and dehumanizing her to the point where you can do this sort of action and then carry on like business as usual.
Yeah, he didn't even apologize to her.
This is something. It doesn't matter the apology or whatever, but it's just like this is par for the course. And then again, it's kind of like, okay, well, if you know that this is the type of treatment that you're going to be subjecting yourself to, I'm not blaming her. I'm just saying, like, you gotta value yourself more than to keep putting yourself in a position for somebody to treat you that way. You know what I mean? Like, and again, like they can say, well, you know, obviously he's got mental issues. Obviously, that goes without saying. And whether there's medication involved or anything, obviously he has some serious mental issues when it could have been another dude. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you felt like the only course of action in this particular instance is to brutally assault someone to get your point across. It's kind of like in a relationship situation, it's like, okay, so what do you think is going to happen after this? Is she going to listen to your opinion now, or are you going to have more leeway in what you're saying? Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. And I think when they investigate it more, they'll find out that this was a pattern of behavior, and Seattle probably knew something about it, and this is not something that they want as to be known as. And as far as like the NFL being the moral police for society or whatever, we all know that that's not gonna be the issue. Like you got a bunch of derelicts, a bunch of cokeheads, a bunch of woman beaters of all colors, shapes, and sizes in the NFL, and that's just the more that it happens, the more that we sit back and say, man, this stuff shouldn't be going on. This stuff should be going on, but it's going to continue.
Goes on.
It's going to continue.
Yep.
Yeah. Well said, Bishop.
Exactly. David, our man, you've been patient, silent, giving everybody a chance to voice their opinion. I know you definitely have some thoughts on this.
Yeah. I'm really bothered by a few things.
Okay.
The first thing that I'm troubled by, of course, is the assault on this woman. Anybody that does anything like that, I have no patience for that kind of behavior. Right. But aside from that is, I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen the type of response or outcry nationally that I think this warrants.
Right.
And I first heard about it on social media. And I'm not usually watching ESPN, and I heard that maybe 2 days afterwards they talked about it pretty heavily. But in other cases, and I hate to do a comparison because we know how that is, and we know the hypocrisy of everything. But in other cases, they make sure that you know about it whether you watch ESPN, CNN, or TMZ.
The Weather Channel.
Right. It is out there front and foremost. You can't escape it, even if you didn't know.
Well, but David, look at Ray Rice. That was on Front Street.
Exactly what I'm talking about. That is like the first example that I was going to draw from. Is that you cannot help it? It is something that is spoken about outside and beyond sports. This problem transcends sports.
Definitely.
And the fact that, I looked at the images, and this young woman was brutalized. And this is a professional football player, not just a man, but someone who, hits and contact is his profession. Right. And for him to do this to her, and I just feel like I haven't seen. I don't know. I feel like beyond our group and the very few that have talked about it on social media, I feel like people aren't as bothered as they really need to be. This needs to be something where someone needs to hold Seattle, the Seahawks organization, to the fire, as Bishop said, and a full investigation and cover up. You can't cover this up.
No.
Now, I'm expecting them to get out in front of this, not sit back and we'll wait and see. What is there to wait and see?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't care what she did.
Yeah. Yep.
So
David, there's cases with the NCAA, which is they're even worse because those universities sweep everything.
Absolutely.
You already know.
Every month there's like a case coming up where one individual on a football team or a basketball team or a baseball team did XYZ, rape, beating their girlfriend up, and multiple players and the coach knows and everybody knows a whole and a college town isn't a big, the university might be big, but a college town isn't big. So
that's right.
They all know. And like Ronan just said, where is the Me Too movement now for this?
Exactly.
When I look at how they phrase the Chad Wheeler case, they phrase it as Chad Wheeler's assault case with his girlfriend, yada, 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 not Chad Wheeler's vicious attack on this young lady.
Right. Right.
And his response on Twitter was pure BS. He never really apologized to her. In his opening statement, he apologizes to his family, the NFL, and the organization he played for, the Seattle Seahawks.
That's it.
Yeah.
And R doesn't like the New York Giants anymore because of how the New York Giants handle their domestic case abuse with their kicker, who they referred to as a young man. He's 37 years old. You're not a young man anymore.
Hey, Mac and David, let me just say this. And Mac, I got to give you full credit for this one, what I'm about to tell you. Mac 611 put out this thing about, where's the thug narrative?
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? Where was that? For him, exactly. And I was like, wow, that's right. Because you don't see it. You know what I'm saying? You don't see it at all.
Right. And how much traction on Twitter did that get? Nobody touched that tweet.
No, nobody touched that.
No.
But I give the people on Instagram props. When I put that on Instagram, that trended a little bit.
For sure.
Not that I'm looking for likes and trends. I just want this conversation and it to be known that there's a difference between how certain people are treated in the media and how the media tends to spin things, and how ESPN doesn't have this on their airwaves like we do. We tend to, in the paint, we always going to talk about stuff like this.
For sure.
Well, to me, the situation with Ray Rice, like every time you turned on the television, it didn't matter whether you were watching the local news, whether you were watching the Weather Channel, whether you were watching, the shopping network or whatever.
Right.
Everybody had, and they had, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to remove the children from the room. What you're about to see is it's very disturbing. And these images, I mean, we have to show this, and and they put the hotlines up. You had the Gail Kings, you had all of these folks front and center that want to have all these symposiums on domestic violence, and he became the poster child. He became the poster child for domestic violence. Yep. And again, it's like, I'm not excusing it, because you put yourself in the situation. You should be able to handle your emotions better. You should be able to handle your emotions better. So it's no excuse.
Agreed.
But I'm just saying that this brutalization and dehumanizing of this woman, it speaks to, and it's like, okay, what I got to keep asking myself is, why would you continue to put yourself in a situation like this? And as an organization, this is not something, they would have to be pretty hard pressed to convince me that this is not something that has happened before, and that they've swept under the rug or kind of put on the back burner to be like, as long as nobody hears about it. Because again, it was probably par for the course, and they just figured it would blow over. Because just like it's done before, just like it happened before, except this time he upped it a level.
Yeah,
he upped it a level.
Damn, sure did. Bishop, the New York Giants are full of shit. Keep it real. Just keep it real. What they did with that kicker, it was there were multiple incidences with him. He beat his wife's. He beat his wife during the Pro Bowl in their hotel, in the team in the Pro Bowl team hotel. they removed him from the hotel and he beat her up again in front of her kids and their kids. And now he's this young man who needs help and yada, yada, yada. But
whatever.
You didn't help him then. You let him continue.
Right.
And then he exploded on her again. And then now the story is running with legs. Now we got to do something. See, you should have did something from jump.
This is the problem. I'm sorry, Mac. This is the problem I have with the NFL. We've discussed this, before. Obviously, they want to put out this false narrative that the NFL cares about this, the NFL cares about that. You care about women. Bullshit. And we see the same thing going on over and over and over, time and time again, in regards to domestic abuse and the NFL. They don't give a shit. Bottom line, they're too busy. Just like you guys said, they want to sweep it under the rug, get it out the way, not have anybody know it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bunch of BS.
But let me just say this, because look, we're all adults, and look, we're old enough to call bullshit as we see. And
most of us are. Excuse me, David. Yeah. Most of us are adults.
Okay, well, we're old enough to call bullshit as we see it, and I'm gonna call out some serious bullshit right now.
Mm-hmm.
We know that the NFL is a business, and they are going to protect their interests and their bottom line, right or wrong, and most times they're wrong about it. But my issue is, as a society, the outcry. The NFL is going to do the NFL, but where is the huge outpouring for this young woman and the hypocrisy that we see time and time again? Not from those that have a vested interest and a stake in it, like the league does. I'm talking about. Look, you got people out here that will look. They fought harder for Michael Vick's dogs, if there's something that bothers them and they see it as being egregious, they know how to speak up. They know how to use their voices. They know how to use their platform. Right. So why are they now not saying anything? And this is the same thing that's going on, just like the BS with the whole Blue Lives, which I haven't heard one Blue Life in 2021. I haven't heard that at all, even though we saw assault on police officers at the U.S. Capitol, front and center. So these people are full of I'm sorry, I'm cursing today, but these people are full of shit.
They got you. Right. They got you tonight, David.
Yeah, for real. Exactly.
It is what it is. So now what are we going to do about it? Because my thing is, I'm seeing this black woman. And, woman in general, no woman deserves what she got. But I'm seeing this sister that got beat like that at the hands of this white man. And when we talk about thugs, well, where are these so-called thugs that should have been at this guy's door checking him? Where are the black men that play for the Seattle Seahawks that are like, they know where this man lives?
Yep.
They don't have to do anything, but we all got a darker connection. You know what I mean? The people that get on the phone and say, yo, I need somebody to holler at this dude. So I'm just saying that in our inaction, we're somehow being complicit in this.
Yep.
We shouldn't be the only people that are angry about this.
Right.
You shared the locker room with this dude. And like Bishop said, if the Seahawks knew about this and they turned a blind eye on this, then I'm holding you accountable for this as well.
Exactly.
And so I'm just saying the NFL is going to be the NFL, the NBA, the MLB. They're all going to protect their interests, which is the bottom line. It's the dime.
Let me add something real quick. Sorry, guys. Yo, you know what? I agree with you, David. Just like, and I'm gonna go even a step further. Like you said, the guys on that roster in Seattle, especially the brothers, obviously, I'm referring to. Yo, they don't. So it doesn't dawn on them. This could be their sister.
Yep.
This could be a family member. You understand? Right. And so that doesn't click with you guys. You know what I mean? That bothers the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But you know what I mean? You know what? Are they may not indulge in beating women. They might indulge in running trains on women, and that you know how it goes with the sex in sports.
Yeah.
Right.
So morally, you talking to people who are not everyone, but a lot of them are already morally bankrupt.
They're already compromised.
Right. And
Which
it's
is
like
sad.
and it's like this. Well, I don't be doing that. Like,
well, you know what? It's sad because I go back to what Dom was saying earlier about how the players shouldn't even hit the field and whatnot. Again, just this non-action from the Seattle team. You understand, by his teammates or whatnot, specifically the men of color on that team. It goes to show they don't have no balls. They're not going to do that. They don't have no type of morals, no type of balls, nothing. They're going to go on with the bullshit and put blinders over their eyes, act like this shit didn't even happen.
Right.
You understand? And keep it moving.
It is tragic. Somebody said in the chat, it's tragic. It's a tragedy, and it's the least protected is the black woman.
You already know.
Yeah.
You already know. Exactly. You already know the deal.
And so they've thrown her away.
Yeah. Just his statements angered me, man. I'm sitting there.
But didn't he say something like when she came to or something? He said, I thought you were dead or something like that.
Yeah, he was like, "Are you still alive?" Like,
yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like Ronan said, word there. Where is Rose McGowan and Alyssa Milano at? They were front and center for Weinstein.
Right.
My brother Sharif said Kareem Hunt got shipped out of KC for defending himself against a white woman. And my brother Frederick said if they couldn't kneel, we can't expect them to take on the honor of a sister.
Right.
Facts.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Yep.
We're talking about a sister. We're not talking about the sainted.
Yeah.
And
The most.
And listen, I'm gonna start. We need to start doing what they do to us. We need to start Kareeming and Monique and these people.
Yeah.
When I see a dude in a suit and he's a certain color, I need to scream out Ponzi scheme. Ponzi scheme.
Yeah. Right. Right. Well, we already know what terrorists look like.
Yeah. Hello.
All that.
And Chad Wheeler probably won't bring him back into the NFL because he was a marginal player.
Yeah.
He wasn't a superstar. He's an offensive lineman, so they can do without him. But like Bishop was saying, it has to be a pattern of where he was doing this before.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't just happen out of the blue.
You're right.
And to the sister, I pray you get help and you heal up fast. And he got to go to jail.
He got to go to jail.
Yeah, he has to. He has to. I'm sorry. And I'm an animal lover. I love animals, and Michael Vick lost a chunk of his career, went to jail.
Yep.
For dogs, and I'm not one for hurting animals, but this is a human being.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
the bar is set already at the low mark is jail.
Yep.
Now what they decide to do, but again, to Mac's point is that they give opportunities, and that young man, and always some kind of reason and excuse out of why they deserve to be punished. Yeah.
6'5" and weighs 300 pounds.
Exactly. You still should be held accountable. They hold a black child more accountable than they will this grown-ass man.
Don't get me started. I gotta just off topic. That shit in Rochester with the 9-year-old girl. Let me just say this. The cop said to the little girl, "You're acting like a child," and she replied, "I am a child."
I am a child. Right.
And you sprayed mace. You couldn't control the situation with a child.
Then you shouldn't be in that position.
Right. And this is the things in society we deal with. women being abused, children. Our lives don't matter.
No. Well, adults' lives matter before us.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It really does.
That's just what it is.
It really does.
Yeah, that's just what it is. You understand? So
I just had, before we move away from it, I guess we just need to just stop being shocked.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I mean, us here.
I'm upset, but I'm not shocked.
This group here gets it.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about as a whole, in large. Oh my God, did you see this? I can't believe this. I believe it. Because it's shown you time and time again what you oh, Nikki Calloway? Okay, I just saw something in the chat. All right.
I'm gonna look that up. Y'all keep talking.
All right, so yeah, they show us time and time again, and so there's no surprises here. It's just same shit, different year.
Yep, there you go. So now, the brother,
Mickey Calloway,
lewd conduct, man, by 5 women being accused by 5 different women.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
And 2 weeks ago, we talked about the New York Mets former GM, which wasn't a big story either. Him,
that was
69 text to a woman and she ain't holler back at you, and then you send penis pics, and she felt she couldn't conduct her job in a professional manner because she was afraid of repercussions and afraid that you would.
That was Jared, not from somewhere.
It's ridiculous. So now this guy Calloway, is unrelenting in his conduct. You understand? He's unrelenting.
Wow.
Okay, in his actions against these women.
So what is he doing exactly?
He sent unsolicited messages, photos, among other inappropriate and harassing behavior, to 5 women who worked in sports media. In the paint, and like the brother said in our chat room, thank you, Big Daddy. This has been going on since 2015. Subscribe to our channel, brother, and appreciate you. We're gonna have some people from the media on, because me and R, we're gonna make this happen and have the women speak. We wish more women would support our platform and talk and be visible when we have these talks.
Hey Matt, can I say something?
Go ahead, brother.
So, remember when I was the one in the group a few years ago that was basically calling out Jamil Hill, right? And everybody had a little, you wrong, and she this and she that, and well, okay, whatever. She been showing her ass to all of you all that's been supporting her for the past 3 years now, right? Right. And she keeps on talking bad and talking down about black men. Well, the past weekend she's been quiet about Chad. She has not said nothing about this. But let something happen that's probably real minor with a black man, and she'll be the first one to say that black men are the new white men and we're racist and we are oppressing women and all of this shit.
Okay.
It's the bullshit that I'm talking about. And sometimes men need to start freaking listening. And always, stop thinking every woman gives a fuck about you. That's number one. Jamil Hill is the most weakest, pathetic person that's on TV talking about sports. Because black men, we the ones that's defending this woman who got beat up by freaking Chad. And Jamil Hill has been silent about this.
Right, and she has the
type of person that she is.
Right, and she has a broad platform to speak.
A bigger platform. She should have instantly went to Twitter. Instantly did a podcast. But she's quiet.
Yeah.
She's quiet.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna put her on blast. Yeah. I'm gonna put Sage Steele on blast.
Right.
I haven't heard a peep. I never hear a peep out of her when these
They
situations
be the
go down.
main ones with this Miss Andrew. Be the main ones. But when it comes to that white boy, they mouths is zipped up. You don't hear nothing about it.
Well, you gotta understand. You gotta understand it. Yeah, they're not gonna go against the narrative that's out there. They're not gonna go against it. That's just what it is. They're gonna keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing it. You understand that you'll never see a 160 in regards to this. You'll never see it.
Well,
You understand?
That's why you gotta listen to Independent.
That's right. And
Of course.
support us, and please. We are the realest show in sports. We talk sports, but we keep it 100. We speak on social commentary, politics.
And that's a fact. I have to say this. You know, when something goes down of this nature or this magnitude, I come to y'all first.
Right.
Because
we appreciate that.
That's where I get. That's where I get a complete story of it, not just whitewashing that the media will do.
Yeah, exactly. Their own agendas, their own hidden agendas. You understand? That's not here. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for that, then don't come here. I don't care if it bothers you. What I just said, just don't come here. If you don't want no real talk in sports and social commentary, don't come on. Don't be a part of it. You understand? Exactly. I'm very unapologetic in regards to that.
Right.
I'm like, yo, the hell with you.
Let me piggyback on what Dom said. It's a lot of suckers that got big platforms like Stephen A. Smith. He ain't say nothing. I haven't heard nothing from him. Jason Whitlock. I haven't heard nothing from his fat lips.
You don't want to hear nothing from him.
Yeah. I give him a pass because I don't want to hear it from him. Because what he's going to say is just going to make me angrier.
Right.
He's going to figure out a way to
nada from him.
Yeah.
That's because those are shook Negroes.
Yeah, exactly. Looking for what, Mac? Pats on the head?
The pat on the head.
There you go. Good boy.
Yep.
Under the table. And and it's just unfortunate that we still have to talk about this in regards to athletes doing what they do.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Well, guys, let's do a little moving on. You know, I know this is a very compelling topic and whatnot. We can probably go on for days about this nonsense, but guys, we gotta finish the rest of the show.
On for 400 years.
Exactly. Amen. You already know, Dave.
Way to start off Black History Month.
Exactly. All right, in the lane of the NFL, also in the NFL, the Detroit Lions, they traded a big trade, blockbuster trade between the Detroit Lions and the LA Rams, trading quarterbacks and a few picks involved. So Jared Goff, who I'm not a big fan of, goes to Detroit, and Matthew Stafford goes to LA. I listen. First off, right off the bat, I love this for Stafford. I think he is a talented quarterback. How old is Matt? Matt,
32.
32. So he has a little mileage, a little bit of mileage on him. You understand? But I think he's very talented, more so than Jared Goff.
Right.
You understand? And they didn't do right by him in Detroit because I can't even give you a running back or a big time playmaker, wide receiver on that team outside of Megatron when he had Megatron for a few years. But other than that, I'm hard pressed to come up with any other impactful offensive players.
They were still waiting for Barry Sanders to come back.
And again, I could be wrong. I'm just keeping it real.
They've had some good players, some solid guys at wide receiver for Stafford, and if you look at his numbers, he's had good numbers.
He has.
But they missed their chance when they had Megatron and they had Ndamukong Suh and they had other guys on the other side of the ball.
Okay.
And they had Matthew Stafford.
Right.
They barely made the playoffs. They make the playoffs, but they would go out in the first round.
Right.
And Matthew Stafford is one of the few quarterbacks who, over the course of his career, he hasn't had a 1,000-yard running back ever. One guy to get 1,000 yards, and they never put together a solid running game with him.
Yeah.
And when they had Caldwell as the coach, that's when Matthew flourished the most.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm. You know, so like I said, man, I just go back to saying, just like Max said, during his time at quarterback, he hasn't had not one running back that had 1,000+ yards rushing in a season, which is ridiculous to me. You understand? Because you got to have a mix of both run and pass. You understand? Because if you just sit back on the pass, what do you think's going to happen? You're not going to be successful like that. You understand? So, yeah, it's a shame. The front office, to me, they let him down as far as acquiring personnel. Okay, Golden Tate, that's one guy. He was productive when he was there. Thank you, Brother Ronan. But I'm just saying, to me, Golden was okay.
Yeah.
He was a solid guy. I'm not going to front. But again,
oh damn,
that's hilarious. I'm sorry, crack me up. I just saw it.
Yeah.
But again, I'm just saying, to me personally, that front office, they didn't do right by Matt Stafford. They just didn't. I'm sorry. Overall, they really didn't. They did a horrible job,
right.
providing with talent.
Right. And the keys to this deal is that the new Detroit GM, who's a brother, I wish him well.
Mm-hmm.
He was instrumental in drafting Jared Goff because he was working in the LA Rams front office. So he brought his guy, and he sent Matthew Stafford to someplace favorable, which is the Rams, because the Rams have a really good defense.
They do.
They have some pieces on offense, and Matthew Stafford gets to shine, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good trade.
It seemed like, to me, I don't know a whole lot about it, but when I first saw it, I was just thinking it's one of those classic change of scenery type deals.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and do you know?
Regime,
yeah, exactly. And you
Detroit.
know, I believe I'm right about this, but I think Matthew Stafford and Clayton Kershaw were childhood friends.
Right.
So you got, Dodgers, Rams.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right, Ronan. They let Eric Ebron, the tight end, they let him walk away.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy. Exactly. True. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's interesting with Kershaw and Stafford out there in LA and whatnot, the Rams and the Dodgers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah. I think like you said, David, change of scenery is the best way to put it. And now here's
for both. Yeah.
For both. Okay, but now here's the thing. And I'm gonna put this more on Stafford than Goff, because again, I've really never been impressed by Goff, not once, not even during that 2018 season where they had a run to the Super Bowl, which they lost. But I'm going to put this more on Stafford, and maybe this is being unfair, but we're going to see what the real deal is. You understand? Because you got competent pieces out there on offense, and now to me it falls really on you. You understand? Compared to what you did in Detroit.
Right.
I don't like to make. I try not to really make predictions like that.
Right.
But on paper, they are a top team in the NFC. The Rams now with Stafford.
Okay.
I'm like you are. I'm not really enamored with Goff. He works good in play action, and he works good if he has a solid running back.
Yes.
Detroit, I don't know if you watched them this year, but they do have a nice running back, young guy. I don't know if he's a number one, but he put up some decent numbers this year on playing on a bad team.
Okay,
we'll see how it goes forward with Detroit and Goff. Both of them make a lot of money.
Yes, they do.
Both of them make over in the $25-30 million range. I think they both in like the $20 million range.
At the very least.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So it's interesting. I think Detroit also gets a ton load of draft picks. If they're not feeling Goff, you could always release him, trade him again, and draft you another quarterback.
Right. Because I think that's going to happen. They're not going to be feeling them.
You just said what's going to happen. That's this time next year.
I'm sorry. That may come off as mean, but they're not going to be feeling that dude like that.
No, you're right. I got, I went to school out in California. I got a lot of LA people on my timeline.
Oh, okay.
And I
they
can
happy?
tell you, no, well, Yeah, but I can tell you that during the season, they weren't feeling Goff either.
There you go.
Right. I think you had spoke about that before.
Yeah, they talk. Yeah, they talk pretty down on the guy. So I'm sure out there they're happy. It's a change of scenery for them too.
Yeah.
They don't have to look at that.
Yeah. So. And speaking of talking down, all right. Well, okay. Let me get into this one too as well. Still in the lane of the NFL.
Oh, okay.
Still in the lane of NFL. Okay. The Houston Texans, they got a new coach. David Culley, who is black. You know what I find funny about this? I'm not gonna lie to you. I couldn't tell if this guy was black or white or what. I'm gonna keep it real. I was like this. But hold on. No, I got it. Let me finish this part, because I was looking at this article I was reading, and that's how they described one of the first things they said, who is black. They said David Culley, who is black. I found that hilarious. I said, well, thank you for clarifying that for me, because I truly didn't know. You know.
Let me and family, those in the YouTube channel, those on my page, don't get mad. This is just Matt humor.
Oh, but shit.
Is he a tragic mulatto?
Dude, yo, I swear, man, that's hilarious.
Ladies and gentlemen, the views and opinions expressed on In the Paint by the moderators in the commentary are not sanctioned by In the Paint.
I haven't heard
personal views.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
Yeah. Usually it's for you, R.
Yeah.
Right. You always got to throw the disclaimer up in
there. And please, my family of mixed heritage and biraciality, don't come for me.
Yeah, that wasn't for you.
Just a little joke.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
So do they think that? Nah, I'm not.
Go ahead.
Do they think that this half a Negro is going to keep Watson in Houston? Because I don't care. I think that he just wants out. I don't think that that's going to save it.
Right. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a tough one, man. A lot of people are saying it doesn't matter. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't think it does.
I don't think so either. It doesn't matter. He's going to win out. You know what I'm saying? Dom came back. Okay. Give me a second. Let me add him back in here. Your mic is live again, Dom. You know, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm not impressed. And I know this guy's 65 years old. He's been in the league. Exactly. That's another troubling thing for me. He's 65 years old. He's been in the league as an assistant head coach. What is it? Offensive coordinator, I believe, or
he's always been on the offensive side of the ball as an assistant.
Okay.
I had his.
You missed one. You missed one thing for the trifecta. So you went for race. Now you did ageism. You just need one more for the trifecta. Just letting you know, and you have a triple double. All right.
Does he wear a dress in his off time?
Dude, I'm just saying, Bishop. Listen, I'm not even trying to go for the trifecta.
He's primarily been a position coach, and
right.
He was assistant coach with Houston and their passing coordinator. With his previous team, the Baltimore Ravens, and they were last in passing this year. Their receivers were in last in receptions and yards.
The new head coach?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But he's first in passing, according to you.
They didn't catch that, David. You're a bad brother. You're a bad man.
But this is troubling. With the stats you just just told the people. You know what I'm saying? In the rankings and whatnot. This isn't really a good hire. You know what I'm saying? One, and Bishop, take it easy. When your first head coaching gig and you're 65 years old, I'm just like, that one raised my eyebrows a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I'm saying? When you got other people out there, that's a lot younger, You know what I'm saying? They're I think I'm not gonna say maybe they're more proven because this guy obviously has years, so he does have the experience. But have we? Hold on, but have we heard of this guy previously as a top coaching candidate for an NFL head coach?
I've never heard of him. Period. But
that's what I'm saying.
But you know,
he's worked for some good organizations. Like he worked for the Steelers and he worked for the Ravens. So he's been to the Super Bowl and all that. He got Super Bowl rings. He could throw them on the table. I got a ring.
As what? As a soda concession stand? I mean, so what? He worked for the organization. What capacity?
Okay. So he's 65. You got a problem with that? I mean, AARP, you know, they have a job. Job search. You go to AARP.
Listen,
you probably found a head coaching job.
When I talk to Ronan about football, I think Ronan would make a better coach than this guy.
Amen. And
like he said, Houston isn't interested in trying to win. They went with this placeholder as head coach over hiring Bieniemy. Right. And also they hired Lovie Smith as the defensive coordinator. So my thinking is this. They hired this guy. If it doesn't pan out, they fire him.
Right.
Lovie is there because Lovie is an experienced head coach. Lovie has a resume. Yeah. Lovie's been to a Super Bowl. So Lovie can be the interim until they either keep Lovie or they hire the next guy, which means you should have never hired him in the first place.
Exactly.
And I'm going to laugh at you.
Well. 65 is a new 55, I guess.
I guess so.
It's not like they hired Jim Caldwell, who got a resume. Right? You know, you're an assistant coach, my man.
Well, I will say this: it gives hope to R, because you remember a couple of months back, R was on that proverbial cliff. I'm 56 years old. It's all over for me. But look, this guy got a head coaching job at 65. So look at a whole lot.
Look at him tonight. He looks like a head coach. He got on the black turtleneck.
Exactly. I almost wore my turtleneck in honor of you. I got
He ain't rocking no tee, no baseball hat.
This is distinguished.
His goatee look newly trimmed. I feel you, bro. Get that job.
Yo, shut up, man. Shut up. We're gonna move on.
If I've seen this is the first time that I've actually been on with you in 2021. I got a whole new look, new attitude.
What whole new look? What are you talking about?
He changed.
He looks very coach like tonight.
He changed.
Head coach headset. Everything.
He did that because he changed his profile on FarmersOnly.com. So.
You're gonna pay for that one, sir. You're gonna pay for that one. You know me. Somewhere down the line, you're gonna pay for that one, buddy. I got you.
I earned it.
Right in the sights. I got you. Okay.
But in all seriousness and all with that, Deshaun Watson still ain't impressed. He's like, yo, just trade me. In fact, trade me to the New York Jets.
Exactly. That's where I want to. Now you know things are bad wherever you are if you ask him to come to the Jets.
Ooh, yeah, that's bad.
I mean, I'm just saying
that's pretty bad.
I'm a Jets fan, but if you want out that bad,
to come to
the Jets, then I don't know what's going on in Houston.
I don't know. Yo, let me ask you guys a question. I love this. I'm sorry. Ronan, you are on fire today, man. They said Culley should be coaching Hofstra at this point in his career, or King College. I love it. And you know what? I agree. I
used to play against King College. They suck.
That's where he belongs. You know what? We just kind of just like threw in a reference to Deshaun Watson going to the Jets or whatnot. You guys agree that I think if they could do this, they are in a very good position to improve the team.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Not just by acquiring him, but by picking up extra pieces through the draft, because they just don't have a couple of picks in the first round. Don't they have quite a few in the second as well? If I'm not mistaken,
and the Jets have 2 first rounds in this year's draft.
This year's right.
2 first rounds in the next draft. It's been noted that y'all ready for this?
Oh shit.
Now we know Houston is a jacked up franchise. They've been run piss poor. They let the GM do all kind of fuckery. They don't have any picks in this draft. They don't have any first round picks in this draft.
Right.
They want 2 first round picks, 2 second round picks, and 2 defensive young starters from whoever they're making deals to trade with. So y'all want 2 first rounds, 2 second rounds. Y'all want 6 players.
Basically.
Crack must be cheap in Houston.
Well, no, David. Since LA got 2 first round picks, second round pick and a third round pick for Matthew Stafford and a starter, another quarterback, the asking price for Deshaun went up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I still.
I'm with you, David. This is where negotiation comes into play.
Right.
You understand? This is where you may start out.
Self-awareness comes into play.
Exactly. You may want that. You may start out wanting that. You're gonna shoot for the stars. Yeah, you're gonna shoot for the stars, but guess what? You're not getting the stars. You know what I'm saying? So Joe Douglas better negotiate his ass off. You know what I mean? Exactly. All I know is Douglas better negotiate his ass off. You know, if you give him, no, absolutely not. You know.
Oh, well, we shall see. But I'd like to see Deshaun in
I would love to see that.
Me, I'm cheap. I'll give you one. I'll give you 1 number 1, 2 number 2s, and that's it. And maybe a player. That's it. That's all you're getting.
And maybe maybe a turtleneck.
You give him a 4-string quarterback with that?
Probably. I'm very cheap.
A 4-string quarterback?
Yeah, I'm cheap. I don't care.
This guy's gonna pick the footballs up for y'all guys. Don't worry about it.
I'm cheap, and you know what? And you know my ace. You know my ace is Deshaun Watson because he controls his destiny. He wants to come to New York.
Yeah,
you understand? He's got that no trade. So I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna exploit that. You know. That's it.
Well, he said New York. I heard Miami is in the mix.
I heard Miami.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I think another team is in the mix.
Yeah.
Why would Miami do that if they pick Tua?
Right.
Was Tua that bad? Miami almost made the playoffs.
Yeah, all right.
Well, they almost made the playoffs, but wasn't there another guy they're playing quarterback too, sharing time?
Oh, Fitzmagic or Fitztragic, depending
on.
Well,
it depends on the lighting, like that Seinfeld episode.
Right. He's boom or bust.
You know what I'm saying? Bad quarterback, good quarterback. You know? So I'm just saying. So I don't know.
I don't like Miami, so come to the Jets.
Yeah, I don't like them either. And I would be
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how this winds up. Mac.
Yes, sir.
At some point in the next 15 or 20, I have to bounce. But with that being said, can I skip this one topic about Steven Matz?
Yeah, we could skip that.
We could talk about him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We on tomorrow.
Okay, and get into the lane of the NBA a little bit.
Right, sir. I wore the hat for you, Rodney.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Props. You know what I'm saying? My team is still doing their thing. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care about that guy Bishop. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get in the lane of the NBA. We're gonna talk about Washington Wizards shooting guard Bradley Beal and his nonsense. I've been a little bit vocal. I've been vocal about this. Listen, Mac, I can't help it. I can't help it, man. No, I can't help it. Why are you complaining, bro? Why are you complaining? He did too. He did too. He did too. He did. Yes, he did.
But go ahead, brother.
He complained. He's growing frustrated over what he's doing individually and is not relating into win. That sounds like fucking complaining to me. Okay? You're bitching. Stop bitching.
No,
let me finish. He's bitching because you signed an extension with this team. You knew the roster? Did he not know the roster? Yes or no? Oh, okay. So you want to re-up with them because you want more money. And I'm not mad at that. Make your paper, but realize who you're signing with. You understand? And realize your chances of competing for a playoff spot or even a championship. So don't complain once you sign Once you sign that paper, that's it. You committed. You understand? So you could get 50 points per night and still not make the plus. Don't complain about it. That's
He's
what you
averaging
chose.
30 for the season. He
I really
balling
don't.
out.
He is balling out, but where's his team at?
They ain't last.
Okay, there it is.
Well,
There
they
it
won
is.
yesterday. They won yesterday.
Okay, I see that. Okay,
You see where
sir.
this is going, right?
And we all like patiently waiting for you to stop.
Okay,
But
sir. Okay.
But let me say this before Bishop goes off. Last week Bradley Beal was asked on different occasions. One reporter asked him, "Are you frustrated with the losing?" He said, "Is the sky blue?" And then another reporter asked him, "Was he frustrated?" He said, "Listen, yes, I am. He's playing at a high level. He should be an all-star this year." And he stated when he re-upped with them that he wanted to stay there. He wanted to be a Wizard, and he wanted to do it right, and he wanted to carry them to being better. He said he wanted to be all in on that process. So,
well, there you go. You all in, brother.
So he's not complaining.
Yes, you are. How are you not? Oh my God.
So, if I ask you, if I ask you about a certain person you work with, because you don't like that dude and you don't like how he runs things, how you feel? You gonna say you hate him, right? But you're still gonna do what you need to do. It's that situation.
It's not the same thing, Mac. It's
yes,
not the
it
same.
is.
No, it's not. It's not the same thing, Mac. It's not the same. What was that first question the reporter asked him? And he said the sky's blue.
He said, "Are you frustrated?"
Okay. Does that? Okay. Maybe it's me.
So what?
No, the reporter asked him. The reporter asked him. He has not gone. Listen, let me finish.
He was frustrated.
Okay, let me finish. If you go on Bradley Beal's Twitter feed, he has not said one thing about the team doing poorly. Like, he'll say stuff where he's saying that they need to play better.
Oh my God! Let me go online.
He's not saying.
Let me go online. Keep talking. I'm going online.
But he has not said. That he has not said any disparaging thing about the Washington Wizards and how they're playing.
Well, he did say
he was asked.
He did say that they couldn't defend the park car. They couldn't guard the park car.
He ain't lying.
Because they can't play the defense.
Oh God, here we go.
He ain't lying.
With the Wizards, I think there's a couple of things to me that they have problems with. Number one, Westbrook is in a funk. And number two,
he did make that shot last night, though.
Oh, what shot?
The winning shot. He made the winning shot last night.
Oh, that game. Oh, yeah, that game. All right. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I was saying that I think they need. I don't know why they wouldn't go out and see if they can get like Drummond or something like that, because they need a big man to put all of those forwards back in their natural. Because I thought those forwards would have been able to hold it down because they're young.
One of them got hurt.
Athletic. Yeah, Bryant got hurt, but Hachimura and the other dude that shoots, like, these guys play no low post defense, no interior defense. They're weak on rebounding. It's just like, like you got no substance down low. Like, you guys just, it's like by committee. Like, the guards are getting more rebounds than the big guys. It's ridiculous. And for Bradley Beal with the, take it to the Lord in prayer.
He has. If you every morning he says thanks be to God.
So it's like, take it, and all this winning and all this other stuff, that's of the devil. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need what? You don't need all of that. Yeah, you don't need all of that winning, because then it encourages false pride and all that other stuff. You need to stay humble. You need to stay humble.
Winning is the root of all evil.
Exactly. You need to stay steadfast in your salvation.
Oh my God!
Get all this winning stuff, and keep your head and grind it out. Grind it out.
Score all your points for the Lord.
Exactly.
Oh my God!
Every time
But
Bradley Beal,
all been wanting let all disparage the man because he wanted to.
I'm not disparaging him. I'm not disparaging him. I'm not. It's not even about that.
No, I'm saying every interview. After
They
the
ask him.
post-game interview, he starts off the interview with first and foremost, I want to give all praise and honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Get the fuck out of here.
That being said, take it to the Lord in prayer. Don't worry about the winning and the losing.
Right.
Just
and
Bishop,
and then they asked him, "Are you frustrated with the losing?"
If you is the sky blue, is the sky blue? Yes, it is.
Him complaining.
That's not a complaint.
Oh my God!
Complaint would have been if him storming off the court after the game. I'm sick of this losing, all this stuff. But they asked him, and so he gave an honest answer. Yeah, he is sick of it. It's got to be frustrating. You go out there and you're doing.
Well, guess what? I'm sorry. Then I'm gonna be the oddball in the bunch. I don't, and I'm fine in that role. I don't care. If you don't want, just don't say anything. What happened to no comment? Whatever happened to no comment?
Can you do it?
Whatever happened to no comment? Whatever happened to no comment? What happened to that?
So
you don't have something to say? I'm sorry,
but then he'll get a fine.
Fucking fine. You got money. You caking out. You can afford a fine. So don't you worry about it.
It sounds worse. Somebody asks, "Are you frustrated with losing?" You say, "No comment."
Listen.
That sounds worse.
Do a Marshawn Lynch. That's it. Whatever.
The bare minimum.
That's it.
Bare minimum. All right,
you understand? Right. You don't have to be talking about, oh, the sky blue. That's a swipe. That's a swipe.
Do you think he has a right to feel frustrated?
If he was so frustrated, he shouldn't sign that damn contract. How about
that? First of all,
if he was going to be frustrated, don't sign the damn contract. Sign with somebody else that would be more competitive.
Let's segue back to Deshaun Watson. He wants to be traded.
Okay.
You agree with him, right? Is he frustrated?
He should be, because that organization
is he
let me finish. Yes, he should be, because the organization sucks ass.
Did he sign a contract?
Yes.
But he just signed a contract before the season started.
Whatever.
And got he got one of the biggest contracts in the NFL.
Count your paper. Just count your paper. Don't worry about
it. I don't care.
Fellas. We have to consider the source of this malignment. Consider the source. Consider the source. Like, there could be a little saltiness from something that happened just recently. Something that happened just recently.
Whatever.
Because I think Bradley Beal was one of the guys that hit one of those 3-pointers.
Whatever, hater.
In the last 8 seconds of the game.
He hit the 3 before Russ hit the game winner.
Yep.
Whatever. Right. I could care less. So what?
Yes, you can. You care.
I don't care. Yes, my team is gonna lose games. I get it. You know what I'm saying? We have no defense.
They shouldn't be losing to Washington, son.
Okay, again.
And Cleveland.
Here we go with these Knicks fans. Here we go with the Knicks fans ganging up on me. Here we go.
Here we go. R in disgruntled.
You
gonna take that? Ask him what he's talking about.
Who? Another one?
Read that.
Santa Claus logic.
Another one, brother, sister, whoever. Could you elaborate on that? And who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to the bald-headed guy with the goatee?
He's talking. They talking to me. Whoever, man. Just Santa Claus logic falling apart. That's cute. I like that. That was a good one. That's a good shot. I can take a joke. You know what I'm saying? Still, I don't care. I'm going to stick by my ignorance. You're being highly ignorant right now. That's just me.
That's like scoring 145 points in the NBA game and losing twice.
See, here we go with the Knicks fans.
Regulation.
God, can I say something, please?
You want to recount?
Jesus Christ!
Let our brothers speak.
Good.
Here we go. All these Knicks fans ganging up on me and whatnot.
Now you see the hat I got on.
Yeah, but you ride with them too. You ride with them too on the low. You understand? Listen, forget that, man. Listen, my team is my team. We're gonna have more wins than you guys. We're gonna be more closer to contention than you guys. So that's all I gotta say. So to all you Knicks fans, they want to try to throw dirt on me. Get out of here with that nonsense. I'm not trying to hear that.
Well, let me just say this. I got a couch in my living room and one side is closer to the TV than the other one.
Uh-huh.
And so at the end of the year, when the finals come, which side of the couch you're going to be on, and which side of the couch are the Knicks going to be on? Okay, so you both of us be on the same couch watching LeBron win the finals.
Thank you. Another one.
Okay,
you get me. Thank you, brother.
Whatever.
So
all good.
I just had before R leaves. I just had one question, since he's the official Brooklyn Novella spokesperson. I'd like to understand. So I'm really confused. So the game is on the line. I got my two primetime players on the court. They're both making over $25 million a year.
Oh, here we go.
And the game is on the line. They shot 21 for 39. They had 63 points between the two of them. The game is on the line. We're taking the ball out of bounds. We need 2 points. And the ball goes to
the French guy.
A forward that's a backup to a backup that probably wouldn't even be playing if Dinwiddie and the rest of these guys were there. It goes to him, and he's notorious for missing layups on the breakaway.
Let me answer this.
Answer, and then I'm gonna answer.
They said Durant was doubled on a play, and the kid cut to the basket, so they had to make that play.
Right. Now let me tell you what the real story is.
Please.
That's what Kyrie was talking about in his podcast when he said he finally is on a team with somebody that he can shoot the last shot.
Boom.
That's what he was talking about.
Boom.
Listen.
So where else were they supposed?
So again,
where else were they supposed to go?
If this is your prime, if this is your prime time players, if he's double teamed. In the NBA, they have things called screens. They have things called stacks. They have things that are designed to free up a player that they're trying to double team. And since when, I'm just confused, since when has Washington had anybody, whether it's a double team or not, that were capable of guarding Kevin Durant? I'm confused. Like, who did they have guarding him?
Bishop, you being a little slanted with the disgust on the Nets. If they call a play and the play has more than one option, the first option was Durant. It was taken away. The kid cut, which is the second option. They went to the second option. He missed. Game over.
Well, I'm a little biased because I think, when you're paying superstars to be superstars, then they have to be superstars, and they were being superstars last.
It's not all them. It's not all on them though. You got a shoe salesman as a coach, so what else do you want? He drew up that play.
Damn. All right, man. Bishop, you got it. I'm gonna leave you alone.
It was just ridiculous to watch that. I'm just like, who's that guy? I didn't even know who it was that took the last shot.
I don't even know who's on the team anymore.
I had to look him up after the game. And then I remembered he's the guy that there was a few times when they had like steals and a breakaway layup, and he missed the breakaway layup. And I'm like, this is the guy that you chose. He shouldn't even been on the court.
Okay, well.
All right.
But you guys scored 146 points. But you guys scored 146 points.
I gotta go.
And you know what? That's all that matters. Don't be frustrated.
Yeah.
Like I said, I gotta go. That's it. I'm out of here. You guys carry on. Don't put me in a bad mood and shit. It's all good. It's all right.
Well, now we're gonna talk about the other team.
Okay. Equal opportunity.
New York Knicks. And he left. He just bounced. Peace. Y'all, I'm gonna holler at you offline, brother. The New York Knicks center Mitchell Robinson. He is very frustrated with his offensive role. He vented on Twitter. He then deleted the rant. We're gonna focus on that first, and then focus on the other parts of the Knicks. But what are you guys' thoughts on Mitchell Robinson doing what he did on Twitter?
He should have just said the sky is blue.
He apologized. He said that the tweet wasn't about basketball. It was about something that was going on personally in his life. and that he was in an emotional state when he put the tweet out, but the problem has been resolved.
He was listening to Carl Thomas.
Yeah, exactly.
And he didn't want to talk about it anymore. So that's that.
No, Mitch.
This is not how this works. Yeah.
Mitch, you're an adult with an adult coach who will listen to you. Coach Tibbs treats players with respect. So if you feel a certain way, you should go speak to him and not do what you did and then delete it, because that's a punk move to me. I don't delete tweets. I don't delete Facebook posts. I don't delete Instagram posts.
Yeah, I don't either. Can I just say this? And this is something I guess for the younger people got to learn or whatever. But social media is not the place to go. That shouldn't be the first place you go when you want to vent about something that you're upset
Personal.
about.
Right.
Personal. Right. And I think what happens is that they're of an era where, when we were coming up, there was no social media. It was,
right.
None of this stuff. And so you actually had to talk to people or, these guys, they're so comfortable with everything being tweeted that, that's their go-to. That's the first thing that they go to. And then they find themselves in a position where they always got to apologize. They always got to explain, it wasn't about this, it was about that, and deleting stuff and all that. You could delete all you want. It's still out there.
Right. Well, and it got captured and saved.
Of course. That's the first thing people are going to do.
The crazy part is, so you're in the starting lineup, Mitch. We already got 2 trash shooters in the starting lineup. We got Peyton and we got RJ, 2 trash shooters from the perimeter. Why in blue blazing slippers would we want an awkward 7-footer I thought he was shooting 58% from the free throw line, and I stand corrected. It's actually 44%.
Oh, God.
That he's shooting from the free throw line. Why would we want you? Huh?
Look at my face.
Why would we want you out at the 3-point line shooting 3-pointers? Now we got nobody
trying to take people off the dribble.
Right. And every time you get the ball, you fall in on the floor because it's like too heavy for you or something. It's like, dude, isn't this your second season?
Like, you know what he's like? It's sorry to cut you off, but he's like, you ever see like the kid who in school, like freshman year, they were 5'8", and then they come back and they're like 6'4". They grew over the summertime, and they're awkward and they can't walk because they haven't figured out how to operate this new body. And I think the biggest mistake was in the off season. This guy, wasn't he making videos and posting them online of him working out, and he's doing everything but what a center does, and he was trying to show like he was the next Durant or something like that.
Right.
And I think people probably gassed him up about that, and he thinks that this is the type of player he is.
I watched those videos, and like Bishop was saying, he's awkward. Yeah. And I watched him dribbling, and I'm like, that will not fly against DeMarcus Cousins. You out trying to dribble on the perimeter. And
he was doing it with nobody guarding him.
No, I've seen somewhere where actually he had somebody guarding him, and he actually was playing it
was an NBA player?
No.
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. I mean, these guys, that make a living at this, that ain't gonna fly. That's not who he is.
Listen, he has holes in his game. He's a very flawed player. Like Bishop said, he's a starter, but he can't shoot. He doesn't have a back to the basket move. He doesn't have a face up move. You're a center. You need to have at least 3-4 moves, and you have none. And like Coach Tibbs said, he said, "Man, I'm not even going to address his Twitter account."
Right.
I don't even care about that.
That was the smartest way to handle it.
So, ask him about the tweet. Don't ask me about what he's saying.
I don't know about the tweets.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Tibbs or somebody else said he needs to start with the foul line because, like Bishop said, you You shooting under 50% from the free throw line?
That's very hard to do.
You need to work on start with making a 10-footer and a baby hook, and then get back to me. And we'll talk about all the other stuff outside on the perimeter.
Right.
Let's get to these basics.
Work your
way
out.
Big men should have a bank shot. Work on a face-up bank shot, 10-foot jumper. Work on a drop step. I haven't seen one drop step. This is his 3rd year. I haven't seen one drop step yet.
Yeah. I'm not even. Give me a Bam Adebayo. Free throw line extended. Just right there. Free throw line extended. Get your alley oops. Get your putbacks, and be happy with that. Every once in a while, when the shot clock run down, you don't have to look and throw the ball to Randall or somebody. You can get the ball at the free throw line extended, turn face up, and feel comfortable taking that shot.
Right. He has long arms. He need a baby hook. That's the first thing I would have taught him.
He too light in the ass, though. He too light in the ass. Because you got to have a stable base. You got to have a stable base.
He is. He could still be as thin as he is. He needs to work. He needs to get in that weight room and work on his core and work on his upper body, because it looks like he got a hanger in his back. But I do like him, and he has to work hard on that side of the court. He still has times where defensively he still gets stupid fouls that he shouldn't be getting at this stage in the game.
Yeah, at this point in his career, like, what he should be focusing on is, you should be focusing on trying to get like a lot of like 20 rebound games. Like 20 rebound games, get like, even if you got like 10 points, because you got the young kid and you got RJ who's throwing you those oops, and the young kid is willing to and Randall is throwing you oops. So you get like 10 points and like 20 rebounds and a few block shots, and you've done your job. You're going to make money, and you've got the longevity. Don't worry about all this other stuff about, well, I want to score and I want to be this. That's not who you are in the NBA.
And that's not who they need him to be either.
Right.
Did he go to college, or did he come straight out?
No.
He didn't go to college. He said a year.
Yeah.
He had some issues. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Because you've gotten into the league, and up until this point, nobody's heard nothing about Mitchell Robinson and anything.
No.
So it was a tweet.
Yeah.
You're feeling yourself. Right. You're feeling yourself.
He was upset. Upset, I know.
Yeah,
I get it.
He's young, and the fact that Tibbs didn't make an issue out of it and respond to it, and you know, I think that is helping it just go away faster, because it ended because you know, I'm sure the media was like waiting to see, you know, looking for something, and he didn't give it to him. So
yeah, he told him, listen, if you want that drama, you got to go across the bridge.
Yep.
You got to go across the bridge. Tweet, Instagram. Yeah, you gotta go across it. Yeah, like, yo, like asking me about this Mickey Mouse tweet stuff about how another man feels when he expresses himself. Like, you asking me about that? No, you need to ask him about that.
Yeah, they got podcasts and burner accounts across the bridge.
Yeah,
and novellas.
Yeah.
Novellas. Let's move on. I know Bishop gonna appreciate this. Dennis Smith Jr., our guard, would like to play in the G League bubble so that he can get playing time on the floor and possibly get better.
I think granted it to him.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah. He gets to play more for a month and work on his game, work on being a real point guard, because that should be his natural position, but he's really not a point guard. He's a guard.
Right. I applaud it.
Yeah.
I applaud it from his standpoint to, you know, to say, look, you know,
I'm not ready right now.
And I got stuff I need to work on. And in order for me to help this team, I need to work on these things. And this is an opportunity for me to do so. For a young guy to make that decision and come out and say that, I wish him nothing but the best with it. And I applaud it for that.
Right. And while he's at it, he needs to grab up Frank Nicolina and Kevin Knox and take them with him too.
What happened to Kevin Knox? Jeez.
Too little, too late. Kevin Knox, he still hasn't made the commitment to playing defense every time he's on the court, and it's like, yo, dude, you getting back cut, like dudes are back cutting you, and just simple stuff, and you always out of position. You fake defense by like reaching so that the offensive player goes by you. It's like, yo, just stand in front of the guy. Like, you got long arms, you athletic. You don't have to get the steal. Just stand in front, contest, and box out.
A lot of times, steals don't come from reaching. They come from playing good technical defense. If you play good technical defense, you force a guy in the turn and they're giving you the ball, basically.
Right.
The only way he's gonna get steals is if you play the passing lane, or if somebody is throwing like careless passes, like they telegraphing the passes where they trying to feed the post, and you in between. You got long enough arms where you can get that, but like trying to steal a ball or trying to block a 3-point shot. Mitchell Robinson is the only one that I see that can consistently do that.
Him and Noel are the two people that block shots.
It's like, dude, just play defense, stay in front. Same thing with RJ. It's going to become a problem with him as well, because it's like, yo, there's a lot of times when his focus is more on offense, and it's like, dude, your man is cooking you, and just because you're getting the points back, it's still a problem.
Right.
It's still a problem.
I did see Kawhi gave him some credit though yesterday.
No, Kawhi gave him the business. It's like, yo, that's fine. He gave him the business.
Yeah. Well, Kawhi went in there, did what he had to do, but he did have some positive things to say about it.
Yeah.
But the only thing I saw was him turn the corner, blow right by RJ and slam it.
Yeah, and RJ getting the steal, and then instead of passing the ball, because Randall was open, there was a couple of Knicks open, you're gonna try to drive the ball into damn Kawhi, Paul George, and somebody else, and it's like, dude, like what are you doing? Like, this is not Duke anymore. It's not Duke. Like, guys are not just gonna move out of the way and let you go to the basket. So that's why we have Dennis Smith Jr. It's too little, too late, dude. Too little, too late. Because even if you get back to some semblance of like being a ball player, you already behind the 8 ball, because Quickly is the starting point guard. It's just a matter of time.
Well, he's
the starting point guard, and Peyton coming off the bench. I'd like him coming off the bench because he gives you a level of consistency, and there's not that pressure where he has to be the starter. So how are you cracking the rotation? You're not going to crack that rotation.
Not with Austin Rivers and Allen Bird.
We got shooters already. Like, those guys are shooters. They're official shooters. And you're still trying to work on your shot. And it's like, you can't – it's not like they're going to clear it out and allow you to go one-on-one, because your game is not like that.
But you know what, though? He can improve, and maybe
he's showcasing himself.
Exactly. He'll be better for somebody else. Yeah. If you're looking to make a deal, I'd much prefer him go down there to the G League, show out, and then that just makes him look more attractive.
Yeah. Okay.
It may not be for the Knicks.
Yeah, it's not going to be.
I still applaud the young man for taking that road, instead of tweeting and saying I think that I should be this and that.
Well, then the flip side of that is how the hell did you let it get to that point when you were served up the starting point guard job on the silver platter? When you came there, you had a whole season, a whole summer to work on it, because you knew coming back there was nobody in front of you.
Yeah.
It happens, Bishop.
Yeah,
it happens.
And sometimes some guys
look at Trey Burke. When he got in the league, he was given the job. He had some decent moments, and then it's like, yo, we know how to play you now. You're not really this. You're more this. And he suffered a little. He bounced around. He came to the Knicks. he went to the G League, worked his way back up, and then right now he's an integral member of the Dallas Mavericks.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Yeah, you're right.
So this is the route that Dennis. Listen, athletically, Dennis Smith Jr. He's an athletic guard. You can't teach that, and he needs to work on his game. So this is the opportunity instead of him sitting and not playing and just practicing, which they aren't doing a lot of because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
He gets to go to the G League. He gets to play every day. He gets to play extended minutes, and hopefully he excels. And this will be the move for him, like David said. This is a showcase time.
Yeah,
maybe not for the Knicks, but for somebody else.
Right.
I guess. But I'm just like, dude, like you have the opportunity. You got the coaches there. You got all of this stuff served up to you on the silver platter, but then you got to go and grind it out and play against lesser players in the G League for you to get your confidence back. It's like, yo, you should have had your confidence when the only person in front of you, even if the only person in front of you was Elfrid Payton. And it's like, dude, like to me, he's a head case.
Elfrid Payton?
No.
Dennis Smith.
Yeah,
I don't think he's a head case. It's just he did 1 year in college. He played 2 seasons in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
It's his 4th season.
4th or 5th season, but
hey, some people take more time in the oven to cook than others.
True.
And some people he has to do it.
So and some people need that push. Sometimes when you give them everything,
he need to hit rock bottom.
Right, exactly. So I think this is that moment for him. And he's young enough where he can recover. Right now, it's not about the Knicks. It's not about any other team in the NBA. It's about him resurrecting his career. Right. And I think he sees this as a way to do it. And I say more power to him. And, we can say coulda, woulda, shoulda, but here we are right now. This is where he is. He's not playing. And so look,
right. He hasn't complained. He hasn't said, "Woe is me."
Right.
Listen, he had his mom, a family member died, so that affected him.
Yeah. I mean,
and people being traded affected him. Being traded affects you because the team that drafted you is saying, "Oh, we got Luka Doncic. He better than you."
But you're still in the league, and they weren't lying.
Right.
You're still in the league. They weren't lying about that. And again,
no, they weren't.
They weren't lying about that. They told them the truth. And it's just like, dude, like I just ran out of patience with him when I'm just like, dude, like you lost the starting job to Elfrid Payton, and Elfrid Payton. It's like you could have just played defense and used your athletic ability.
What is he supposed to do at this point? So that's done. The starting job that he was handed before the season,
backup job is done. They got
all that is done. Here we are now in February. You're not playing. It's all been a disappointment. What should he do?
Drop back 10 yards and punt. You're done.
I think the kid has a good chance to make a comeback. He may never meet the expectations that were placed on him when he first was drafted, but I think he can have a serviceable career. And I think right now it's about getting not only his game straight, but maybe his head straight.
Right.
Doing what? Doing what? What team? What team?
I'm sure they're. Let me tell you, if he balls out in the G League, it's going to be noticed, and somebody could use him.
And use him.
And there's a lot of guys in the league that are serviceable and make a long career out of being just that.
Right, you're right.
The other side of it is, he's overseas somewhere. So the fact that he still has NBA teams that will give him a look, and he's young enough, Because a lot of people think, they say this guy has the goods and in the right situation, but he's got to show us that he's ready. And so he's doing his part to showcase himself, and then there'll be another team to give him a chance. Whether it works out, who's to say? But I'm saying that he's giving himself an opportunity to do that.
So when Trey Burke came back, right? Just saying, when Trey Burke came back, when he went through his downfall and whatever,
and
when he came back hungry. He was a menace on defense. He knew what he had to do as far as like, I need to run the team. I'm not going to get in here, and even though I can score, that's not what they got me in here for. I need to be able to be consistent, play off a pick and roll, and run the offense, and be a problem, a menace on defense. Dennis Smith has shown none of that his whole career.
Well, they're two different players. Trey Burke could always shoot. Trey Burke could always run an offense. It just right opportunity, and he got humbled, and he humbled himself, and he came back, and now he's, his stock is like GameStop right now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He played with the Knicks, then Philly, then he got into Dallas.
Philly should have kept him, though.
Yeah, they needed him. He was cheap too. Right.
Funny, Philly let JJ Redick go. Now they trying to trade for him again.
Yeah.
I need some more shooting.
Yeah.
You should have never let him leave, and he wasn't pricey either.
See, the problem that you need more shooting is because you got Ben Simmons on the court and he can't shoot.
Right.
Another guy. It's like, dude, like I don't understand. Like, this is what you get paid to do. That's it.
Well, Ben Simmons, unlike the other players, said he don't want to shoot threes, and he not going to shoot threes. He don't practice threes, and he basically saying fuck all you.
Yeah, all right. That's why they wanted to get rid. That's why they were about to get rid of him, except for the Houston owner did something stupid. It's like, that would have been perfect for them, because you got all these guys that shoot, and then you get him there, and he plays defense on 1 through 5.
So let me ask you, y'all got venom for Dennis Smith Jr. and there's a brother on Twitter. He wants RJ traded immediately. Y'all got venom. People got venom for Alfred Payton. What about Frank? What about Frenchie?
Frank is harmless. He doesn't get in the game. When he gets in the game, he doesn't shoot. He plays decent defense. And he won't hurt you. And he won't hurt you. He won't turn the ball over. So
Frenchie isn't good. Frenchie needs to go. And I actually want him to be better. I just don't see it with the Knicks. I think he needs to go to another organization, and they'll build him up, and he'll be a better player. Go ahead, David.
Here's the problem, and to your point, Matt, it might have to be that way, because here's what happens too often is that when the Knicks make these picks that leave people scratching their heads. And then when the guy doesn't pan out, and he's definitely hasn't shown that he was worth what they picked him at, then the venom gets, he takes the heat for it. He is who he is. The Knicks overvalued him, and they picked this guy in the draft. Yes, and then everybody sat there. First of all, I wouldn't eat French fries at Madison Square Garden. They don't have any luck with French nothing. They drafted the French. What is that? Frederick Weiss, whose claim to fame is having Vince Carter's nuts in his face in the Olympics. And then so whenever they talk about these French guys, I'm already suspect. So Frank is who he is. He definitely isn't who the Knicks sold the fans on him being, and now he's taking the heat for it. So he might have to be one of those guys that, in order for him, to get any love, it's going to have to be outside of New York. So that's all. I forget that he's on the team sometimes.
Yep.
Well, he has these little ticky tacky injuries. He's had a little ticky tacky injury, and I think Tibbs is just like, I can't really use you because you're not going to help me win. So just stay with your ticky tacky injury.
He's as soft as a crate.
He's a nice kid, and like you said, the Knicks did him a disservice by picking him in the lottery because he wasn't a first round pick. His talent level is he should have been picked in the second round. He should have been sent to the G League.
And was he the draft that everybody wanted Dennis Smith? Was he that draft?
Yeah, we wanted Dennis Smith Jr. Isn't
that funny?
Wanted Donovan Mitchell.
Wow. Jeez.
And Phil Jackson picked him because he got long arms.
Right, like Phil. Phil
he could run the triangle.
Yeah, so he can reach back and scratch his ass.
Frank isn't a point guard either. He's a 2 guard.
Yeah.
He's a 3-and-D. He's not a point guard.
He's a point guard. He doesn't turn the ball over. He can run your offense. What hurts him is he doesn't shoot. He's scared to shoot the ball. That's what hurts him.
That I've seen.
That's what hurts him.
Yeah. I don't know about
Point guards know when to push tempo. Point guards know when to slow tempo. Point guards know
controls the game. He controls the game.
No, he doesn't. He has a 10-3 game every week. 10 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not a point guard, bro. Stop. I don't know what y'all see. You
got to think too. If you're on the court, so you watch those games. Like anytime he played, when he's on the court with Randall and RJ, they basically they get the ball and they do whatever they want. It's like it doesn't matter.
That's his fault.
And now I noticed when Quickly and when Austin Rivers, when they're in the game and these guys get the rebound, they go get the ball.
Yes, that's what a point guard does. Yeah. Listen,
they go get the ball.
Yeah,
command.
Right. When I've played, I'm generally a quiet person, outside of me playing. But if I'm playing ball and I'm the point guard, what are you doing?
Right.
Give me that. Move.
I mean, in the beginning of the season, too many times I saw Randall trying to bring the ball across.
He still does it.
And getting called for backcourt because he didn't get it across in 8 seconds. I've seen that. And I've seen guys look like they're running away from the ball. And I'm like, where's the point guard? Why are they going to him and get the ball?
Right. Speaking about Quickly, I love that kid. He's a player. I didn't think he would be as good as he is. I knew he could shoot. I didn't think he could really run a point, but he runs the point, and that teardrop floater that he's got, can't nobody stop that. He's exceptional.
Well, they say he used to run the point in high school, so he was only in college for 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, well, I'm comfortable in that role, and I don't turn the ball over. I'm a threat offensively, so they gotta respect me. The problem that I have with like Peyton is like, dude, like in that starting unit, you're not a threat. So if I got RJ in there and I got you in there, and neither one of you guys can shoot from the perimeter, the team just zoned.
Listen, it's you playing with all guys who can't shoot.
Yeah.
None of them are really good 3-point shooters except for if Burke or is it Bullock? If Burke or Bullock start, they hit threes. And I like the way Burke plays. He lets the offense come to him, and he's just steady.
You got to get after it on defense, though. Sometimes it's just like, dude, what are you doing?
That ain't his thing.
Oh, you know what?
It's a light skin thing, I think. Oh, I went racial.
You know what I forgot though? While R was here, we were talking about lack of defense. You see, Shumpert, the Nets.
Yeah, they re-signed Shumpert.
That's not going to help because what minutes is he going to get?
Well, he's not. I wanted to see what R had to say about that.
So you're gonna get him and start him in the backcourt with Kyrie because
No,
Kyrie
he's not
doesn't
going
play
to
defense.
start.
Well, then it doesn't make sense to have him then, because in that starting unit, you need somebody who can chase down the opposing team's
Who's
prime
starting?
time scorer. So who starts in the backcourt with Kyrie? James Harden.
Harden.
Exactly. So what point is getting
Shumpert
Shumpert?
is starting.
But I'm just saying, what point is getting Shumpert? By the time you get him in the game, like guys like the kid from Cleveland, they've already got it going because they putting Kyrie in that pick and roll and wearing him out.
Well, Bishop, you don't have to necessarily start Shumpert. It's you got to put him in points when you want stops and you want to sacrifice a little offense. Listen, he doesn't turn the ball over. He's an athletic guy, so
But
he'll be okay. And they don't need him for offense. They need him for the gritty stuff.
Yeah, you bring him in when you don't want to give up 48 points in the fourth quarter.
But that's what I'm saying. So you basically still doing a 3-card money with defense because you're really not serious about defense. You're saying, well, we'll have a defender if we absolutely need him. If and when we absolutely need him, we'll have a defender. We'll have this ace in our back pocket that we could pull out. Other than that, we're not really going to make a serious commitment on defense. So then you're still going to have the damn 145-point games.
Did the coach ever play defense in his life?
Yana, no.
Did his assistant coach ever coach defense? Who was his coach when he played?
No, Yana.
That assistant coach used to coach James Harden.
Yes.
Any defense, so it is what it is.
All right, well.
That's how you can score 145 points, 146 points, and still lose.
And that's why That's why they can beat. Like they went on a run where the Brooklyn Nets won. They won 4 games in a row.
Mm-hmm. They lose.
They won 4. They won 4 games in a row, and then they lost to a bad team.
Yep.
Right.
You're gonna lose to a bad team when you don't have any defenders. You traded them to get another superstar who doesn't excel at defense.
Yeah, I just like it because I said, when the season first started and it was just the two of them, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna work out bad because neither one of them play defense. And the core of who the Nets were before they got there was a gritty, hard-nosed team that got after it. So now you're changing the dynamic of the team.
Well,
I think
gentrified Brooklyn. That's what they are.
Messed them up because Dinwiddie was a guy that was a jack of all trades for them.
Yeah.
If you needed Dinwiddie to score, he could drop 20 on you, 25. If you need Dinwiddie to run the offense, he did that. You need him to play defense on the 1 or the 2 because he's 6'5", 6'6". He did that.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
They don't have that anymore. Karis LeVert, same thing.
Yeah.
6'6", great shooter. He could run the ball. He could run the point in a pinch, and he was a okay defender, solid defender. Durant is a good team defender. He's not a great one-on-one defender. Kyrie and Harden don't play defense well. They just don't.
And even if you had Dinwiddie playing, like, where would he get minutes? Like, where would he get the minutes? Because when Kyrie is on the court, the ball, he dominates the ball. And then
when they played together in the small sample size of early this year and the small sample size of last year, Dinwiddie and him were okay, That
was before Durant.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Before I jump off here, while we're on the NBA, did you guys heard about the thing with the Warriors and Draymond and Clay with Rodney McGruder?
What happened?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, look it up. But
okay.
Apparently, after the game, something happened. I forget. Was another player, and then McGruder came over to the Warriors bench after the game. He said something and looked like he was beefing with somebody on the Warriors side, and Clay was
Gruder.
Yeah, so Clay was doing, I guess,
interview.
Interview, yeah. Like while this was going on, I guess they had him like talking and stuff, and he was talking about Rodney Magruder, and he was like, talking about he's going to be probably be out of the league in another year anyway, and that's why he's mad and some stuff like that. So then they asked Draymond in the post game press conference, and Draymond was basically talking about dude is soft, and there's so many dudes in the NBA now that they talk a lot, but they ain't gonna fight nobody and all kinds of stuff. So
nobody fighting.
So they basically were clowning Rodney Magruder. So look it up because it's a clip of both Clay while it's going on. It was like something they were interviewing. They were interviewing Steph after the game, and Clay was talking, and he was talking about the Rodney Magruder situation, and then Draymond picked up on it at the press conference. So it's like something to laugh about.
Okay, definitely.
So check that one out.
Yeah, we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah,
we should be on tomorrow. Bishop, thank you, brother. Davis, thank you. Yeah. Everybody on my Facebook page, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in with us. Those in the YouTube chat room, thank you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, In the Paint Media Group. I'm Max611. This is In the Paint, the realest show in sports. We'll probably be back on tomorrow. Sure. Gotta talk to R about that. But
I may not be on tomorrow, but stay safe.
Yeah, everybody stay warm. My people in the Northeast, in New York City, in the tri-state, stay warm. Those in other places that are cold and snowy, stay warm. You people on the West Coast with that sun, I don't like you. I'm jealous. Good night. Peace, y'all.